What's up, everybody? This is probably the last Regice video I'll be doing, and then I'm going to do some normal raids until either Regirock or Registeel, depending what the new legendary is, rotates in, or Niantic throws a curveball and we get something entirely different, whichever happens when Regice leaves in the next couple of days. But anyway, today I'm not going to talk too much about Regice, even though he's going to be the background art and he's all that's going to be appearing in this video aside from the Pokemon you see fighting him. Instead, I kind of want to talk about not the implications of it, but rather just Zapdos and what you want to do on Saturday to fight him. And let me have both things open at the same time. Oh, I also changed up my Regice lineup. I elected to include a Flareon. Like, I've regularly deleted and then reformed my Regice teams. So the new Sun team, like my Sun team sees the most change in lineup makeup. So I think I took out my lowest IV Charizard and I put a Flareon into the main lineup. Don't worry about that too much. There shouldn't be too. I think it's like a slight increase in damage, depending on what the charge move is. If it's Earthquake, it's slightly lower, and if it's anything else, it's slightly higher. So you win some, you lose some. It doesn't really matter. It's Regice. If I lose it, it doesn't really matter. So we're just gonna talk about this and continue on. So for Zapdos, if you remember the last time he was around, he seemed a little bit more difficult. Like, I think it was like, your average party was like you needed like 6 or 7 people to do it. For Zapdos weekend, it's gonna be 3 to 4, and it's gonna be easier, especially because, like with Articuno, we can expect him to have the tier 4 HP with his normal stats. So, excuse me, if you don't remember from before, Zapdos had, not Zapdos, but Articuno, he kept his attack and defense, as is true with all raid bosses. Like, all raid bosses keep their normal attack and defense as they would as a normal Pokemon, but their HP stat is modified. And so normal tier 5 bosses have, I think, 12,750 something HP, and their stats are set so that way their attack and defense reflect you if you're level 50. So for Articuno, the stats were instead set so that way the attack and defense were still kept at level 50, befitting of a tier 5 boss, but his HP was scaled so that way it matched a tier 4 HP. And yeah, an aside right there. So my box is constantly near full now. I was really hoping for this PC box upgrade. A lot of the people I know we're all hovering at like 1475, 1480, unless you're someone, a couple of people I know who decided to just trade away a lot of the mons they've been holding on to, so that way in like 2 days they freed up 400 box space. I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm going to travel really far, because without that box upgrade, not saving anything. Oh, and this is one of those instances where the catch phase glitched for me. I actually did catch this. You'll see it in the inventory in a second. So Zapdos' stats are not only going to make it, like, see, there's Regice. So Zapdos' stats are not only going to be such that he's going to be easier to take down than he was when he was available as a raid boss the first time, but we also have a much more varied and effective list of Pokemon that'll be able to counter him. So Golem with Rock Throw Stone Edge, the OG, the Pokemon that everyone had like a full squad of that were like completely maxed out before, he's now the 3rd best counter. This is rated as time to win, damage per second, and TDO taken into consideration. So time to win is how fast does this Pokemon win the battle, of course. Damage per second is how much damage does a Pokemon deal each second, and total damage output is over the long run, over the entire battle, how much damage would this Pokemon deal consistently without feigning, right? So taking all that into consideration, the number one counter by a wide margin, like a huge long shot, is not Bite, but Smackdown Stone Edge Tyranitar, followed by Dragon Tail Outrage Rayquaza, who is in a somewhat distant second. Rock Throw Stone Edge Golem, the original, who was the top counter before, he's now in third. He's directly behind DT Outrage Rayquaza. And Alolan Golem with Rock Throw Stone Edge is right behind Golem. Mewtwo with Confusion Shadow Ball is 5th, and then from 6 on down are like slightly less effective counters. So Waterfall Blizzard Kyogre is right behind Mewtwo. And Dragon Tail Outrage Dragonite is right behind Kyogre. From what I understood, we had a discussion on a local Discord about, where would Bite Stone Edge Tyranitar fit in this. And the maker of the chart that I'm using to cite actually did not remember to put Bite Stone Edge Tyranitar on the list, but he would fit somewhere between Kyogre and Dragonite. Dragon Tail, Draco Meteor, Salamence is right behind Dragonite, and then rounding out the top 10 on this chart, not counting Bite Stone Edge T-Tar, are Frost Breath Avalanche Jinx and Ice Shard Avalanche Piloswine. Piloswine is actually low-key a god of all ice types because he's been on the top 10 and in some cases top 5 counters for a lot of Pokemon that are weak to him. His high point, I believe, was versus Rayquaza, where he was the best counter versus Ancient Power. I think, just overall, in DPS, I think it's always Jinx, but, oof, sorry. But yeah, the counter list is somewhat different. I'm going to be taking 6 Smackdown Stone Edge Tyranitar just like I did for Articuno because I can. And if I don't have the time, then whatever is the recommended, because I imagine it's going to be like last time with the walking groups. A lot more people are interested in moving around with us, either on foot or by car, because our groups were so successful last time, and a lot of people just went around, their local areas, and then they heard about how successful we were in like hitting 36 gyms. One of our group leaders wants to hit 50 this upcoming Zapdos day, so that's going to be fun. I'm in it for as many as I can get in, and as many shinies as I can get, and maybe even, a perfect legendary. Bum bum bum. It'll be my first perfect legendary. I am the freaking queen of getting 98 and 96% legendaries, but not very good at getting perfects. I've only ever encountered one, and I lost it. So that's not a good sign. But you know what? You win some, you lose some. Hopefully, maybe I'll get another chance at a perfect legendary this weekend, and I'll catch it, which would be really fun. And this compilation is only 2/3 of the way through. Regice has just been getting really boring to do. I still find myself doing like a couple each day just because, they're legendary raids, there's lots of rewards, and I'm really just in it for the rewards at this point. The TMs, the rare candies, and the XP. Almost there. I've been a little slow today, but this weekend was so big that I'm letting myself off the hook. I'm at like 38.9 million now. So I gained about 110,000 XP today, and that's fine for someone who's basically taking the day off, right? From playing the game. But yeah, this legendary, it's just run my course. I've just run the course with it. I'm pretty much over it. There's not much else to talk about with this guy either. He's been out for almost a full month, so you already know everything you ever really wanted to know about him. Weak to fire, ice, fighting, rock. Well, he's not weak to ice, that's wrong. I meant to say steel there. So fire, steel, fighting, rock. All the best counters. You see all the best counters. There's like Machamp, Moltres, Flareon, Charizard, Entei. Heck, I think near the end I use a Metagross, which is a valid counter. See, Regice is even making me tired. He's just really boring. And we were actually discussing it in a group chat. We're gonna get at least 2 more months of him, so hopefully Niantic tosses in more than just a day's worth of worthwhile legendary raids. if they want people to keep doing the legendary raids, because these are like, it's kind of like, you know, when I play now, my mind has just gotten so raid focused that I'm just like, well, what raids are there to do? And if the current T5 is trash, I'm kind of rudderless. Also, why would Niantic put this in the 7Ks? Every time I hatch an Alolan or Tata, I feel a little bad. And like, you see me scrolling down, it's because I'm checking to see if they're from Chicago or not, so I can trade them for distance later, or if they're like, you know, not from Washington, because that's no distance for me. That's literally no distance. I think these are actually from today. I skipped a couple of raids that were like from a week or two ago, just because I'm kind of done with talking about. Ooh, I saw that. I'm kind of done with talking about Regice. And phone just fell on the floor. That's exciting. That's more exciting than Regice, actually. Yay. Jokes. Yeah, if I sound a little unenthusiastic, it's because I'm either forcing myself to be unenthusiastic or I am. I honestly can't tell anymore. It's kind of becoming the same thing because I'm getting tired of Regice. And you know what? Yes, like, you could stop doing it, but you know, if you're someone who's gotten to be as big on raiding as I am, it just happens, you know, like you're on autopilot. You have the passes and you can do the raids. So why not? And like, you get a free pass. So I'm just spending those on Regice because, you know, the rewards are there too. But it just, you know, it's not really, it's not as fun as, you know, if it was a good legendary. I'll say that. Yeah. I'm trying to find like a silver lining to Regice just being around. I guess you're not missing out on much, right? So there's that. I think this is yeah, this is actually 96% Regice right here. It's my second 96. I don't have anything higher than 96, but I have two 96% Regice now, so I can pick my poison if I ever want to power one up. I'm seriously considering it too. I'm honestly considering it. I may set a new goal to just, you know, it's 248 candies to power one up to max. So at 248 Regice candy, I'll stop if I get there before he leaves on Thursday. But there's still a couple days left, and the candies are doubled now. You know, double candy. We got all those reward bonuses unlocked, so it's double candy from raids, catches. No, it's a guaranteed draw candy from raids, double candies from catches and hatches, and halved egg distance. So it's really cool. I'm back to hatching a little more eggs than usual because I'm Team Instinct, and I'm really enthused when egg hatches are changed in any way. Double candy, half distance, whatever. Really enjoying that. And actually, that's something cool. That's what I've been paying attention to. Of course, those bonuses for me have only been live for less than a day. When this goes up, it'll probably be for a little over a day. But I'm enjoying those, and when I play, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. But that's the end of this compilation. I ran over a little bit more than I usually allow myself to, but hey, what are you gonna do? Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys later.